Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Place Prepared. Place Prepared podcast is about manifesting and the law of assumption. This includes success stories, Neville Goddard analysis, manifesting tips, and much more. In this episode, we will be discussing how to have faith in your manifestation. I wanted to share this quick little story / analogy / I don't really know what to call it, but it comes from Walter C. Lanyon's A Royal Diadem. You sent that letter this morning, didn't you? You carefully wrote it, addressed it, and sealed it, and then you dropped it in the box. You didn't have a string tied to it, did you? No, you just dropped it in the box and went on your way. You didn't think that the box was especially burglar-proof, did you? And you didn't wonder how it would get from the box to the post office and from the post office to the train, did you? You didn't spend all that morning worrying about whether the train would arrive with it, did you? No, you dropped it lightheartedly into the box and forgot it. You sent that prayer this morning, didn't you? You carefully made your declarations for right and offset the wrong thoughts. You addressed your prayer to the all-highest and only one. But what did you do after you had sent it? You had a string of worry attached to it and kept pulling it back to see if you could not add another word or to see if it were really made. All morning long you doubted, and the next morning you sent another prayer. But it too was attached by a string of doubt and fear, and it did not get far. O ye of little faith, why don't you cut the strings of worry that are attached to your every thought and loose it and let it go? Have the same faith back of your prayer that you have back of the letter, and it will return to you with the greater certainty and with surer reward. To sum it up, we have more faith that our mailman will take our package to its destination than our own I am to bring us our manifestation. Let that sink in. Before we go on to discuss how to build faith, let's talk about what is faith. Faith in the dictionary is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Faith in the Christian Bible in Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. Faith is like a trust fall. You have to know that you are going to be caught. Even though you are falling backwards, you don't need to see the people catching you to know that they will. I'm sure most of us have heard the line from the Bible, have faith the size of a mustard seed and you can move mountains. But the size of the mustard seed is not saying you only need a little bit of faith. Neville Goddard puts it beautifully. The grain of mustard seed is not the measure of a small amount of faith. On the contrary, it is absolute in faith. A grain of mustard seed is truly the measure of faith necessary to accomplish your every objective. But like the mustard seed, you too must lose yourself in the consciousness of being only the thing desired. You abide within this sealed state until it bursts itself and reveals your conscious claim. Faith is feeling or living in the consciousness of being the thing desired. Now that we've established what faith is, we can ask the big question. How do we build faith? Building faith is not a one-size-fits-all, so I'm going to speak on my own experience on how I have built my faith. I like to think of faith like persisting. It's a knowing that you have, and how do you know something? Through repetition and recognizing. My background is in Christianity. When I was building my faith in God, I would read my Bible every single day to constantly reinforce and understand who God was. I had a prayer outline where I would ask God for things and thank Him for what He had done and what He would continue to do. I had complete trust and faith in Him. Through that prayer, I found that the things I would ask for were given to me. When it comes to manifesting, it's the same thing. I started building my faith in it by making a list of 10 things I want to experience each and every day. These experiences range from receiving money to getting free food. Sometimes I only get one of these manifestations, sometimes all of them, sometimes none. But seeing them come to fruition builds the faith in that I am always manifesting. Make this list with big and small things. Over time, you will see that the big and small things are actually all the same. A part of the reason that this exercise works is because grouping the big and small things together and seeing them both come to fruition builds that momentum of faith in that they are going to happen whether I receive it that day or not. In addition to my list, I am constantly reinforcing and understanding manifesting by reading different metaphysical authors like Neville Goddard and Walter C. Lanyon, and science-based like Greg Braden, Dr. Bruce Lipton, and Cynthia Sue Larson. When I do catch myself doubting something and lacking faith, I take a step back. I remember that I am. If I am the great I am, then I don't need to worry. Then I'll go look back at my journal where I have written and recorded all the things that I have manifested, and then I go on to read something. This routine has helped me build my faith in myself that I am the great I am. I would also recommend using the same faith that you have in your mailman and shifting that feeling to having faith in what you want. Look at all other religions and churches and see how they build faith amongst their peers through repetition and reading some sort of scripture. I'm not saying that manifesting is a religion. You are doing it all the time, but until you have that confidence in yourself that you can be, do, and have anything that you want, you have to practice to get there. I know this wasn't a 1, 2, 3 step guide to building faith, but I intend that it gave you guidance to how you might approach building your own faith. If it did, please be sure to share it with someone who might also benefit from it. Thank you for listening to Place Prepared Podcast. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. You can give a follow to Place Prepared on Instagram for daily manifesting content. Happy manifesting!